Hello and welcome back to the final part of this 5-part series. If you've been following the exercises that I've set for you at the end of each episode, by now you'll be in possession of your own skeleton draft of first draft of an opinion piece. Today I'm going to share with you some professional writing tips to help you put some meat onto the bones of that skeleton. And the good news is that this is going to be much easier than you expect because you've done all the hard work already. Thanks to the ARO exercise we learned in episode 2. You know your audience and you know the tone of voice that you're going to use. And thanks to the 5 magic question technique we learned in episodes 3 and 4. You know how you're going to start the piece, you know how you're going to end the piece, and you know everything that's going to go in between. All you need to do now is work through the draft one last time from start to finish and create some sentences that express clearly what it is that you want to say. So here are my top tips to help you do just that. Lots of people who in person have no problem expressing themselves clearly. Suddenly when you ask them to put their thoughts in writing, come over a bit funny and start using sentence structures and language that they normally never would. So the number one tip is to be authentically you. Write it as you would say it. Don't try to be overly fancy or clever in your language. It won't come off as authentic, and authenticity is really what we're shooting for here. So if a sentence is beginning to run too long, then break it up, slow it down. Write and paste the piece based on your assumed prior knowledge of the audience that you've selected. By that I mean don't waste time teaching your granny to suck eggs. Don't waste your time going over concepts that you know that your audience already has a clear grip of. Add in subheaders to naturally break the text into 3 or 4 roughly equally sized sections. This encourages your reader to keep reading and scrolling without becoming exhausted or daunted. Come up with a title that works from an SEO perspective, i.e. one that lets the readers and search engines instantly understand the nature of the content on offer. Online, it's way more important to have an SEO-friendly descriptive title than it is to have a print-style, witty play on words or pun-based title. So bear that in mind. If you're given the opportunity to include a backlink to your site or a relevant landing page, then make sure you do that. In fact, if possible, create what's known as a UTM link to help track and attribute the referrals that come from that particular piece of content. Prepare a professional photograph or image to accompany the piece and illustrate the themes that it contains. This will be a great boost to both your chances of placing the piece with an external media title and also helping to engage the readers with the piece online. It's also important from a thought leadership perspective to have a portrait photo available that you're happy with. Lots of media titles will want to include the author's photo as part of the author's credit, and if you don't supply one, the chances are they'll find one online whether you like it or not. So again, for your own benefit, make sure that you've got something on file that you're happy with. So at this stage, do as much as you can before handing it over to your comm support for feedback and proofreading. As I'll explain next, that's a very important stage. So once you've taken the draft as far as you can on your own, get some feedback from someone you trust. It's essential that you get someone with a good eye to proofread any material you write before you put it into the public domain. Even professional writers find it almost impossible to spot their own typos, so don't skip that. Don't spoil all your hard work at this point by putting it out there with sloppy mistakes attached to it. Next, run it past whoever's responsible for the marketing comms output of your organisation. Don't be nervous or shy about that. My hunch is that your head of comms will be only too happy to see you taking an interest in content creation. If your organisation doesn't already have a comms agency on retainer, or you feel there isn't anyone on staff who could help you develop your content, then feel free to get in contact with me directly. I work with individuals and teams on content creation and comm strategy, and I'd be only too happy to hear from you. So thanks for sticking with the series. I hope you find the techniques I've shared with you useful. Please give it a go, let me know how you get on, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks again now, bye. You can contact me directly at michael@feelslikecontent.com. The material contained within this video series is copyright of Feels Like Content and may not be reproduced in whole or in part without the express permission of the copyright owner.